Hello people, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up Syrinscape. I'm going to take you through what is Syrinscape in the first place, some helpful websites that will be useful for figuring out how to get things done, so software requirements for Syrinscape, and also we're going to look at how to configure your settings, which can be a little bit tricky. So Syrinscape is some software that allows you to play sound effects and background music in your campaign. It can be used at a tabletop, or you can use it online while you're playing Fantasy Grounds. But to get that to happen, there's some tricky settings and some extra software that you have to download to do it. Now there is a new beta version coming out, and if you go here you can find out about this beta version. I've gone in and had a look at that, and this new beta version does require a paid subscription for you to be able to get it to work with other players. So what I'm going to show you today is how to set it up without having to pay for a subscription for Syrinscape. There are plenty of YouTube videos out there on Syrinscape and how to configure it. I'm just going to show you how it works for me, and I'm sure that it's not going to work for everybody to set it up this way. But if you just maybe have a look around and have a look at other YouTube videos and see if this method that I'm going to show you doesn't work, maybe they've got the answers there for you. So the first thing you need to do is to download Syrinscape. So you can just go to their website, hit the download, and you can download it for whatever operating system that you want to use or that you're using. So I'm using Windows, so I just download for Windows. There's videos here, and you can install that wherever you want to install it on your system. And there are videos on sites which explained here how Syrinscape works and what it does. I'll bring up my copy of it now and show you what that looks like. So this is what I see when I load up my Syrinscape, so down the left hand side here, you've got all these different types of settings or scenarios or scenes, if you like, that you can select, and they'll give you unique sound effects there. If I want to create like some background music or background sound effects, I can just hit a button there, turn the music up a bit. If you go onto the Syrinscape website, there's a lot of videos there that will show you how to do this. There's a lot of scenes that come free with Syrinscape, and I've purchased one extra one, wizard spells, and this gives me lots of sound effects for spells that I can apply to different sort of types of spells and things that are happening. So they've all got these background music. I predominantly don't use them, I just use these sound effects. The reason is for that because I operate my games with Discord and use push to talk, and you can only hear my players can only hear the Syrinscape sounds while I've got my finger on the push to talk button. So generally I'm just using for the sound effects. So these buttons over here are the ones I use. So I will hold down push to talk, force myself, and that'll play down through my Discord. Now to get that to work though, it's a little bit complicated. So the place to go to get help with this, and this is where I learned to do it, and what I'm going to take you through today is the forums on Syrinscape. So if I go here, go into the forums, and I just search for, with the search button, if it's Discord, and the first one that came up, this is the one I use. Okay, and I'm going to take you through these steps right now. So this is written as if it is for TeamSpeak, but the same settings do work for Discord. So first thing you're going to do though is there's another little link here, and you've got to open that up as a new window, so you can flick back and forth between that and the other one. This one here tells you the extra software that you have to download, and also the configurations for that software. So I'm going to take you through all that. First thing you're going to do is to go and hit this link here. This is going to take you to, you're going to need two things: Voice Meter banana and your VB audio cable. So click on that one, the VB cable, and you can download this and install it. Just click on that button and download and install it. And the other one you're going to need is Voicemeeter. Now there's two types of Voicemeeter. It does work with either, but I use Voicemeeter Banana. This was recommended to me. It's slightly more complex and allows you to do more variety of things with your sound. But download and install, if you follow this video, download and install Voicemeeter Banana. Once you've got Voicemeeter Banana installed and your audio cable installed, then you can open up your control panel and go to sound settings. Okay, this is the window we're looking for. Okay, first instruction here is you go into your sound settings and you bring up this window here, and it says on the playback tab, so select the playback tab there, and you're going to see two new output sounds, cable input and Voicemeeter input. They're down the bottom there. It tells you right click on the Voicemeeter input and choose and set as default device. That was the playback tab, and you're going to do the same with the recording tab. Find Voicemeeter output, right click on it and select as your default device. It'll look like that, set as default device. And once you've got it selected, it'll come up with a tick on it. So that's the first step. Next, you've got to then run Voicemeeter Banana. So here's what Voicemeeter Banana looks like. And these are the settings that how I've got it set up. So when you do this, you're going to mess around with your sound settings, and so you want to make sure that you remember what all your settings are before you make these changes, because you're going to lose comms for a bit. So first one is you're going to set up your hardware input, and you want to put that down and select the microphone that you want to talk through. Then you want to select B1, or if you're just using Voicemeeter, select B. It says here, make sure that you only select B. A is what you'll be hearing, so you don't want to hear yourself. Make sure that that A is not selected. Then we're going to go to hardware inputs, and you're going to select cable output, VB audio virtual cable. And in this column, you're going to select A1. That's what Discord's going to be configured to. This Discord will be configured to come into Voicemeeter. So make sure that A is enabled and B is disabled for hardware input 2. This prevents Discord from looping the other people back into themselves. So you don't want them getting that echo, that feedback. And number 3, virtual inputs. You don't need to do anything with this column here. Virtual inputs. This is where Syrinscape and your other systems like YouTube and all that are gonna will be entering Voicemeeter. So this is where all your other software is going to come into here, including Syrinscape. So here what you need to select A1, B1, A1, B1. Take on that one there. And then under hardware outputs, with the drop down that one, you're going to select your speakers here. That's your output device. So this is, for me, this is my headphones. That's at what you're going to be actually listening through. Then your next step is to go into Discord. So in Discord, what you're going to do is you'll go to your options. You're down to your settings. You're going to select voice and video, and it's up here where you're going to change your input device and your output device. So for your input device, you're going to select Voicemeeter output, and for your output device, you're going to put in your VB audio virtual cable, and I'm using push to talk. So with those settings, I should be good to go. Now, once you've set all this up, you've really got to keep Voicemeeter open all the time. Voicemeter is now going to be like a mixing desk for your computer, and all your software will have to run through that. So that's how you set up Syrinscape. Thanks for watching.